When you first start 3GB Services CRM, you're brought to the main task action screen. The main task action screen just basically tells you all the work that needs to be completed based upon jobs that get cancelled, rescheduled. 3GB automatically generates tasks and actions for the users to know what needs to be done. You also have a job services screen that enables you to see all the different jobs, what state they are, if they've been completed or not. You've got a main messaging screen which basically gives you a view of all email, web forms, faxes, SMSs, and if required phone calls, voicemail. And you also get the calendar. The calendar shows you the calendar of every single service deck. Now let's have a look at how simple it is to actually create a job and book a job in the calendar. So if I physically go into a customer file, in this case let's call it John, a customer called John Smith. I'm going to do a carpet job, and that carpet job is $100. And on top of that, I'm also going to provide a couple of services, and those services are fans for drying the carpet, and let's say there's also a dehumidifier. And now what I want to do is book that job for one of the service decks. So I'll select the job, right click book now, and I go to today's date, and I'm going to book it in for argument's sake for 1 p.m. Notice that all the information is automatically placed in the appointment. All you have to do is press save and close, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Now behind the scenes, what 3GB does is sync that automatically to Google Calendar, which then syncs it to the service tech's iPad, iPhones, or their Android devices. Now let's have a quick look at what the service tech sees. Okay, so the service tech presses the calendar button, and automatically all the appointments are presented in his calendar application. In this case, it's an iPad. Now, what I can do is I can press more, I can see the full job details, and I can also open the job location in a map, and it shows me where the job is. I can also navigate to that location, and I can see how to get there. Now, one quick tip: on an iPad, if you put 4 fingers on a screen and you push to the left, you go back to the calendar. So basically, when the service tech gets to the job, he can see what work needs to be completed. When the service tech completes a job, he can go to the company's web page that was designed for job completion, and all he has to do is type in the operator name. In this case, let's say it was Mike. Then let's say the job number was 330, and let's leave the appointment as is, but it's important to select the appointment date for the actual appointment. So you actually put the date when you completed the job, because that's the date that we presented in the invoice. The total job amount was $200, and also any extra work that was completed. In this case, let's say there was no extra work. If you put extra work, it'll actually show the extra work on the invoice. Then the method of payment, in this instance, let's say it was HQ cards, $200, and then all you have to do is press submit. Upon the service tech completing the job, you will notice that it automatically updates the calendar. Here's the job. You'll notice a PC, it goes blue and strike through. What this means is payment has been processed, job has been completed. Yeah. So if I physically open that particular customer file and I go to payments, you will notice that that particular job, job 330, has been completed, and the invoice was generated, $200. The customer's address and the billing address is placed in the invoice. And if we go to the messaging part within the side of the customer file, we can see that that particular customer was emailed the actual invoice automatically. The invoice is also sent automatically to the service tech. Because the job was completed in the calendar, it updated the 3GB calendar, which also then updates the Google Calendar in turn the calendar on the iPad, iPhone, or the Android device. That's how easy 3GB Service CRM is.